Hey there. Okay, Module 5. Well done for getting to Module 5. Now, Module 5 is going to leave all the indicators to one side, okay, and we're not going to touch them. Alright, we're going to basically use nothing but line studies. Alright, we're going to have things like the Fibonacci tool, trend lines, how to draw trend lines in different places on your chart so you can prepare for a buy or a sell signal setup, or to predict where a swing trade possibility will be. Alright, so this particular module is basically, I've left it till last because I wanted to make sure that you understood how to use the indicators on their own, and I wanted to make sure that you understood how to use them in conjunction with other indicators. Okay, and then I wanted to take you from that point, from leaving the indicators alone, then get into basically market sentiment. Okay, and then with that market sentiment we use candlestick analysis. Okay, so hopefully that when you go back and forth from the modules and you start learning how to use candlestick analysis along with the indicators that you will be using to perform your analysis with, hopefully you'll be able to put the two pieces of information together and make a broader decision from whether you want to go long or short. Okay, so so what I've done now is I've basically left all of that alone and took you into an area now where we will just be concentrating on price action. Okay, and this will also involve market sentiment, but market sentiment in a different way. These will be trying to find the areas in the market that which will have things like supply and demand will be one area that we'll be using just based off line studies, and we'll find formations in the market by cheating a little bit by using a little bit of candlestick analysis. But these formations appear for demand and supply, and we'll show you how you can pick that out. Alright, and we'll have like an upper zone and a lower zone which we'll use trend lines for, which will predict where we're going to go ahead and use our stop losses and take profits and what have you. Alright, so we're going to be talking about price levels a lot, and that's basically support and resistance levels and different types of support and resistance levels. You got your double tops and your double bottoms and your triple tops and triple bottoms. These are like for swing trades, so we'll show you how to get into that as well. You got a head and shoulders top and head and shoulders bottom. Alright, and we'll show you basically what they look like and when to actually act on one. And then we've got pivot highs and pivot lows, what they look like and how they can help us out. Alright, we've already talked about supply and demand, and we'll show you how you can actually spot out some pretty good low risk and very high reward trades. Alright, then we've got the trend line triangle. So we basically make triangles out of trend lines to find areas in the market that would break outside of this triangle. Okay, so we'll have things like inclining and declining wedges, and symmetrical and non-symmetrical triangles. Then we'll have the multiple pivot line, which we'll show you how to use a little bit later as well. And then we've got things like the Andrews Pitchfork, which will go over things like the medium line, the trigger lines, the mini medium lines, which can give us early buys and sell signals within a pitchfork. Don't worry if you don't know what a pitchfork means right now, but basically in short it's basically creating a channel, and the currency pair will actually trade within inside that channel, and there are certain levels within that channel that the market will bounce off and head towards another part of the pitchfork. And it's quite amazing when you see this. Alright, and this will also come in handy when you're learning this as well. You'll be getting into things like warning lines, and these warning lines are areas in the market of possible reversal when it goes outside your pitchforks. Then we've got like the things that we've talked about to go into more detail, like what swings and bottoms are, and expansion swings and stuff like that. And then we'll get into, this is another thing as well, is Alan Pitchfork used a strategy based on Isaac Newton's theory of wherever there is an action, there is a reaction, and vice versa. Okay, so we'll get into some really awesome stuff. I think it will blow your mind away when you start seeing how this guy puts all of these strategies together just with line studies. It's really amazing. Alright, and then we'll have things like sliding trend lines as well, then the different types of trading methods of the pitchfork, And what else have we got here? We've also got Elliott wave analysis. We've also got the Gartley butterfly analysis as well. The grid trading system using the Fibonacci. Also the Fibonacci extension. We can show you some techniques as well in module 6 to give you some more like practical exercises, or actual tasks that you can go ahead and do while actually do the live trades. Okay. What else do we have on there? We've basically covered that. I think we have the escadent channel and the standard deviation channel, which we might not use, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Alright, and yeah, and in module 6 we'll show you all the live trades, and we'll try and basically take us a little snippet out of each module, showing you like, okay, there's a few indicators, just work on this particular indicator, show you how it works and show you the profits that were made from that indicator. And then, you know, same thing again with candlestick analysis. I'll let you know when a candlestick pattern arises and what time frame that I'm using and how much money it's made us as well. Alright, so with that being said, with this particular module, I don't expect you to actually learn all of this inside 1 month or even inside a few days. This particular module is probably one of the most hardest modules to learn. Okay, but I'm going to try my best to crunch down 12 years of research down into the most simple terms as possible, so you don't have to spend weeks or months or whatever, you know, studying just the one thing. The hardest part that I think that you'll struggle with is the Elliott wave analysis. So I'm going to try my best to bring that down to simple terms, and I could probably do a whole course on Elliott wave analysis because that's a really big module in itself. But I'm going to just give you the basics, alright, and some very easy strategies that you can adopt right now and wait for those signals to come in, and they will be high probability trades. Alright, so I'm going to try my best, as I say, to explain those. And I don't use the Elliott wave analysis all the time, and there's so many techniques to use, you know, with that strategy. So this is going to be a brief section. And also with the Andrews Pitchfork. The Andrews Pitchfork is also relatively new to me. I would say at least a couple of years. But again, it's not something that I use. I tend to I try to shy away from trend lines sometimes, because I kind of draw imaginary lines with my eyes on the chart, and then I, you know, sort of kind of take a mental picture of that. I've drawn the line and go, oh, okay, the market's just broke that point. Yeah, I don't really need to have any visual representation because I've been doing it for such a long time. So a lot of stuff, the analysis that I do is inside my head, kind of thing, or I do imaginary doodles without actually doing the doodles on the chart. So I'm going to try and show you basically the simple terms, you know, how I interpret how to use pitchforks and Gartley butterfly systems and Elliott wave analysis and what also and so on and so forth. Okay, so with that being said, I will see you very shortly in the next video. Alright, so bye for now.